all of us are well aware of the phrase that every dog has its day. And why not be it, right? In the backdrop of children being mauled to death every other day in Bangalore or elsewhere, now any dog can have his day in the hands of the dog catchers. I might sound a bit mushy in contrast when I say that some dogs have their day every day. There is one such place where these animals are well taken care of, a place where they are understood without being them to express with words. TV Daijiworld will now take its viewers to 1 acre land of Prem Chaya at Colombe near Bachpe under the guidance of Clifford D'Souza, where these animals are taken well care of, where they are given a dignity life throughout. Prem Chaya, meaning shelter of love, formally came into existence when it was registered as a trust in August 2002. But its roots go further back. Clifford D'Souza is the brain behind this shelter of love and care for animals. This 5-year-old trust was triggered off when Clifford's daughter brought home a pup she had knocked down by accident while driving. From then on, there was no looking back. Society is judged by how it treats its animals, and this holds true to our very own Mangalore too. Man behind Prem Chaya, Clifford D'Souza has plenty to say about it.
The actual love and affection towards the animals was the beginning of, say, a decade back, where we had two dogs, a male and a female, by name Ginger and Honey. So the communication between those two dogs and the entire family made us to think a lot about the animals, the way the animals are tortured, the way we look after the animals, how we treat them, and so on and so forth. The unconditional love of those two animals taught us so much that this incident, my daughter's incident, was only the beginning, or rather a cause to start this shelter. We picked up a pup from here, picked up a kitten from there, and then it started growing up. Maybe it took us extremely difficult 2 years to form this whole idea, and it was a extremely difficult period for us to look after the dogs, pick them up, and with the meager resources what we had, it was a real struggle, yes. And then in last October, we shifted to this 1 acre of land which we purchased.
The number of inmates keep fluctuating. The dog population, currently 40, falls in 3 classes, that is, the forsaken dogs, stray dogs, and the old dogs given away by their masters. When dogs enjoy the royal treatment at Prem Chaya, how can the cuddly little creatures, cats, be far from it, right? Cats too come under the radar of Prem Chaya. They have made a special place in the heart of their masters in their own way, like the dogs. One might be wondering, how come cats? Well, though not ferocious or harmful like the dogs, the sufferings of the cats in the market area and on the streets, which do not get right kind of food and water to drink and die pathetic deaths, inclined Clifford to have them in his farm.
The cats what you see them here are all from the streets, which were thrown in the garbage pits, which were picked up from the markets, and many of them were brought to us.
He has definitely realized his dream of building home and giving good life to these cats and dogs. But it does not stop with kennels and food on their daily routine. There is definitely something more towards it. What is it? Looking after these pets for 4 long years, Clifford D'Souza has a touching tale to tell about each one of them.
Raju, his right paw was totally eaten up by the maggots, and he was thrown out for that, maybe for that reason, and he was more or less dehydrated and dying on the streets. We picked him up from Kankanadi market, and he's a wonderful fellow. He's excellent. Ruby, who is on my lap, I don't know for what reason the parents left her out. We picked her up from near Kase Church, and she's been a darling. She eats with me, she sleeps with me, and her whole life is me and me alone. Dogs usually express their love where the cats don't, but they are as affectionate and as loving as any dog. There are instances when the master is going to die, the cat leaves the home, and after that it never returns. Uh, it is not, their love is not as expressive as the dogs. The dogs, their unconditional love and affection, what they give us is something no human being can even fathom. Dogs are to be looked after. He's a social animal, and you have to uh, look after it just like your child. You have to uh, brush them, you have to clean their ears, you have to give them a bath, you have to deworm them. It's not that you just have a dog at home and just either you tie it up or you leave it to the servants. It's not that. It's like your part of your family. It's like your child, and once you show the love and affection to the dog, it even lays its life to you. Most of the dogs are which have come here have come for some silly petty reasons. Either the dog doesn't bark or barks too much, or they, most of the time people tell lies, and when they don't want a dog they will just say that they are shifting the place, and either they are going away from Bangalore or they are shifting to a flat, so on and so forth. Most of them tell lies and come bring the dogs here. The dogs, once they come here, we give them a thorough checkup. Then we deworm them. We operate them, either spaying or castration. And a periodical checkup is done by our doctor. Happiness, what I get from uh, from these animals. These are wonderful creatures, and the love, the unconditional love, what they give us, your wife cannot give it, your children cannot give it. It's only the animals who can give unconditional love.
It was an emotional father speaking about his love and care towards his children, that is, the cats and the dogs. On medical grounds, These pets have totally different way to look after their well-being. Clifford has left no stone unturned in the medical treatment such as inoculation, surgeries for birth controls, and to cure various diseases.
We treat all the day-to-day cases, maybe a maggot or abscess or any fever or some viral infections. So some zoonotic infections are there in dogs, say ehrlichiosis, leptospirosis sometimes. Here what we do is normally we do sterilization here and in our shelter also. So people had to think that the dog is a part of our family, so that then they can give more love, care or affectionate. At least what I feel is people should spend some hours, valuable hours with the dog to make it very friendly and to make it very good companion animal.
At 65, when most consider their life to be at standstill, Clifford D'Souza works like a young lad of 16 chasing his dream. He looks forward to living there till his last breath amidst these animals. Clifford has sown the seed of spreading love and happiness towards these dumb animals. TV Daiji World wishes Clifford and his family the best in their future endeavors. Along with cameraman Austin, this is Lata Shanoy for TV Daiji World.